Welcome again. So this video is about the non-ideal transistor theory. The objective of this video is to give you the deep knowledge about the MOSFET non-ideal characteristics. So the contents what we looking are non-ideal transistor behavior, which are mobility degradation, velocity saturation, channel length modulation, threshold voltage effects, and the leakage currents. So in the previous video we have seen the MOSFET IV characteristics, and finally I have summarized the IV characteristics in the three different regions. So the IDS in the drain source current or the drain current, which is nothing but the output current in the cutoff region, is 0 because VGS is less than VT. Whereas in the linear and saturation region, VGS is greater than VT. It is not only greater than VT, but whereas the drain to source voltage is less than drain saturation voltage in the linear region, and it is greater than drain saturation voltage in saturation region. Whereas in the cutoff region, there is no VGS as well as there is no VDS. So that's why we say it is operated in cutoff region. So the drain current is 0. Whereas the drain current is beta into VGS minus VT minus VDS by 2 into VDS in linear region, and it is beta by 2 into VGS minus VT whole square. So these are the simulated ideal NMOS current plot or IV characteristics. So here you can see the velocity saturation and mobility degradation happens here, and the channel length modulation, you can see here saturation current happens as the drain current increases. And it is not just the drain current which is increases. If you see the drain current is increasing exponentially, but it is not only just increasing exponentially. See here, later on after a point of time it becomes constant. So the time before it is becoming constant is what is called as the saturation. So the channel length modulation and the saturation current, which increases here at VDS, is the place where the channel length modulation takes place, because the pinch off happens in the MOSFET as the current keeps on increasing in the saturation, and later on you have seen in the cross-sectional diagram also that pinch off takes place. And not only that, there are parameters called as mobility degradation, because the lower the mobility, you can see here, it affects the ideal parameters of MOSFET. So we need to look into the mobility degradation, velocity saturation, and the channel length modulation. So on and off current, when it is on, the current is on at the drain current when VGS equals VDS equals VDD. In that case we say it is the MOSFET is in the saturation region, and it is off when we say it is off. The current is off when the output drain current is at VGS equals 0. That means there is no input voltage, even though VDS is VDD. Even though you apply the drain voltage, but if you do not apply the gate voltage, there is no formation of channel, there is no movement of electrons, and there is no current which is flowing. So we say the current is off. But when the current is on, when the input is given high or the input voltage is given as VDD as well as the output is also given as VDD, then we say that it is going into saturation. So we have seen the on and off current. The on and off current are in saturation and cutoff. So in the previous diagram I have shown you the NMOS IV plot and we have seen the saturation and cutoff current, and then we'll see what are the electrical field effects which takes place in the MOSFET. So there are two types what we are seeing here: vertical electric field and lateral electric field. Vertical electric field is given by the formula E vertical equals VGS upon oxide thickness. This vertical electric field attracts carriers into the channel, and for a long channel it is attracting carriers into channel, right? So the channel itself, if it is long, then it is nothing but the channel charge Q is proportional to E vertical. The charge which is deposited over there, the channel charge which is Q, is directly proportional to vertical electric field. Now if I look at the lateral electric field, it accelerates carriers from drain to source. It is not just attracting carriers into channel. What I mean to say attracting carriers into channel? Attracting carriers into channel is nothing but the channel gets forming over there. Whereas when I say the accelerating carriers from drain to source, that means acceleration is nothing but the movement. So when I say the movement, it is nothing but the channel which is already existing, the carriers or the charged particles, now they move. If they keep on moving, then they are called as lateral field effect. So similarly, again, if the channel is very long, then V equals mu E lateral. Mu is the mobility. It can be for P channel it is mobility of holes, for N channel it is mobility of electrons, whatever it is, but it is mobility into the E lateral, that is the lateral electric field. It is given by VDS by L. So next is mobility degradation. What is mobility degradation? If the particles are moving with some velocity, if the velocity gets reduced, then we say it is degrading. So let's see what happens or how this gets affected as mobility degradation. High vertical electric field effectively reduces mobility. High vertical electric field. Vertical electric field is diffusing or attracting the carriers into the channel. So if I give very high electric field over there, then what happens? The channel length is the same fixed. There is no change in it. Then all together they will collisions with oxide layer will takes place and it starts reducing. So velocity reaches to Vsat, and then the curve you can see here, the degradation takes place. You can see here with the high electric field mu1 and mu p, initially you can see it is linearly increasing, but later on you can see it became straight line. That means the mobility will get reduced. So velocity will reaches, even though they are moving with a greater velocity, they reach the saturation. So this is called as velocity saturation. High lateral electric field will make you to reach velocity saturation. Next, velocity saturation IV effects. Ideal transistor on current increases with VDD square, whereas velocity saturated on current increases with VDD. So this IDS is COX W into VGS minus VT into Vmax. So in real transistors are partially velocity saturated. Approximate with alpha power law model. IDS is proportional to VDD alpha, where the alpha ranges in between 1 and 2. Alpha is performance parameter factor, it could be taken as 1.3 for 6.65 nanometer, or it can be taken between 1 and 2. Then next is the channel length modulation. Reversed biased PN junction form a depletion region between N and P with no carriers. So width of this depletion, that is the LD, this one, the channel length, grows with reverse bias. See, if I give the reverse bias, you can see here, with the forward bias the channel gets expanded, but with the reverse bias you can see the effective depletion region will grow more, or the effective channel length will get reduced. Initially it was this L, and with the reverse bias, because there are some particles which are attracted here, so this region grows more, so effective length get reduced. So the shorter L effective gives more current, because the charged particles which are present here already are now present in the small space. The number of particles will remain the same, but only thing is, in the small area they are accumulated. So since they are accumulated in the smaller area, now they give more current. So we say that the width of the depletion region grows with reverse bias. So the effective channel length, which is L effective, is L minus LD, the total LD. So ID, the drain current, increases with VDS. So even the current also, even in saturation also, it increases. Next is channel length modulation IV characteristics. As I said in the previous slide, you have seen the channel length, the L effective is changing. So the channel length is modified, or the channel length gets changed. So this ID, the drain current, which is taken as beta by 2 VGS minus VT whole square into 1 plus lambda VDS, where lambda is the channel length modulation coefficient. So lambda is not feature size, it is not depending on the feature size, empirically fit to IV characteristics. So channel length modulation coefficient is lambda. Next we look, the another performance parameter is threshold voltage effects. We all see VT as the threshold voltage. The voltage, or the point of gate source voltage at which the channel gets formed, is called as the threshold voltage. Now this VT is VGS for which the channel starts to invert. Ideal models assumed VT is constant. Really depends, or it weakly depends on almost everything else, but it affects as the body voltage, which is called as the body effect, and drain voltage as drain induced barrier lowering, and channel length, which is short channel effect. These are the body effect threshold voltage parameters. So with the change in the threshold voltage will affect the body effect, DI, BL, which is drain induced barrier lowering, and short channel effect. So let's see what is body effect. Body is the fourth terminal of the MOSFET. Do you remember? See, generally we consider the MOSFET terminals as source, gate and drain. We take another terminal as the body or the substrate. So that body, which is a fourth terminal, has to be grounded, or VSB, that is the substrate to body, affects the charge required to invert the channel. So increasing Vs or decreasing Vb, that means the substrate if you increase voltage, or the body voltage if you decrease, also will increase the threshold voltage. So this is given by the formula you can see here. Vt is Vt naught plus gamma into phi s plus Vsb minus under root of phi s, where phi s is the surface potential at threshold, and that surface potential is also given by 2 Vt natural logarithm of Na by Ni, where Ni is doping level and Ni is intrinsic carrier concentration, and this gamma is body effect coefficient. So you can see in the formula, the body effect coefficient is depending on the oxide thickness, permittivity, doping concentration, charge. All these are now resulting in the body effect. So all these are fixed. Oxide thickness is fixed, permittivity is fixed, doping level is fixed, charge is fixed. So this gamma body effect coefficient is a fixed parameter. But if you see, looking into the parameter of the threshold voltage, it is not only just the gamma, but the threshold voltage, initial threshold voltage, plus the surface potential at threshold may change. So as on when the surface potential at threshold changes, then the actual threshold voltage also will change. So if this SB, VSB what we are speaking about, that is the substrate to body, if the voltage they are not properly grounded, or the voltage which is not exactly given, if the terminal connections are now varying, the voltages are varying, so this variation will now vary your threshold voltage, which is called as body effect. Body is the fourth terminal. The body effect is substrate to bias or the base voltage. If we change, then that will change the threshold voltage. Once you know if the threshold voltage changes, our switching parameter of the MOSFET also will change. So the same thing is given here in the terms of equation, final equation. For small source to body voltage, treat this as linear. Next is DIBL, drain induced barrier lowering. It is electric field from drain which affects the channel. So more pronounced in small transistors where the drain is closer to channel. So drain voltage also affect VT. If the drain voltage is more, then the VT, as I shown you before, might be reduced. So high drain voltage causes current to increase. So that means the threshold voltage will reduce. Next is the short channel effect. In small transistors, source drain depletion region extend into the channel, impacts the amount of charge required to invert the channel, and thus makes VT a function of channel length. So short channel effect is nothing but the threshold voltage increases with the length of the channel. In some process, exhibit a reverse short channel effect in which the threshold voltage decreases with length of the channel. So we need to be careful in designing to see that the short channel, the effective channel, whether it decreases or increases with VT. If the effective channel length is decreasing, it is also not good. If it increases, that too more is also not good parameter. And short channel, whatever which results with increasing VT or decreasing VT, will increase the drain current. So in fact, again, which will result in the switching parameter of the MOSFET. Next, last one is the temperature sensitivity. Increasing temperature will reduce the mobility, so as to in turn it again reduces the threshold voltage. So the on current decreases with temperature, but off current increases with temperature. So the plotting of the graph that you can see here. So what is next? So what if transistors are not ideal? If the transistors are not ideal, do they still behave like switches? Yes, they still behave like switches, whereas some of the performance parameters will be affected. But these affect the matter for supply voltage choice, logical effort, quiescent power consumption, pass transistors, temperature of operation. All these are the parameters which affects. So that's why we need to see the ideal working of a transistor. If it is not working ideally, then we have seen the body effect, channel length modulation, which all in turn relating to the threshold voltage of the MOSFET. So next is the parameter variation. If we vary the parameter of the transistors, then what happens? Transistors have uncertainty in parameters, which will lead to the processes like effective length, threshold voltage, oxide thickness of NMOS and PMOS vary around typical T values. So very fast effective length will be short, and the threshold voltage will be low, oxide thickness will be thin, and it is opposite to slow. You can see here. Environmental variation, if you see, VDD and temperature T also vary in time and space. VDD is high, temperature will be low. So if you look at the voltage 1.98 at temperature 0 degree and voltage 1.8 at 70 degree, voltage 1.62 for 125 temperature. So the process corners describe worst case variations. If a design works in all corners, it will probably work for any variation. Describe corner with 4 letters TFNS, which indicates NMOS speed, PMOS speed, voltage and temperature. Thank you for watching. I hope you have understood the performance parameter like the body effect, channeling modulation, and the process corners which affect the MOS performance, which is especially the threshold voltage. Thank you.